to WSWU News at 10. I'm Ryan Hendricks, and this is Cameron Tarrant.
Tonight, we want to experience the effects of alcohol. Life passes us by like people passing others on the street. A life full of different phases and experiences flies by with the blink of an eye. The first breath of life to the first steps. The first day of kindergarten to high school graduation. For some, the first puff of a cigarette or the first sip of alcohol. We are a people of first, and for many, all it takes is one drink to become completely dependent. Binge drinking is a known happening on college campuses nationwide. It has been affecting young adults across America for as long as we can remember, and it is a prominent face for universities both large and small. We have WSWU reporter Anthony Abbott out in the field for the heart of the situation. Anthony.
We may be having some technical difficulties. We'll check back in with him in a little bit. In the meantime, let's get back to the story.
College has become a regular next chapter event in the lives of American teenagers and young adults. Soon they will begin to build a life of their own as they start to weave themselves into a community of like-minded young adults. They also begin to discover what it's like to be a college student. Classes, cheap food, college town jives, and all-night study sessions become normal routines. Something you'd never expect from the child you sent off to college is that they would get into drugs or drinking alcohol. Soon enough, some students are binge drinking and sleeping in instead of going to classes because they're too hungover to get up out of bed in the morning.
Hi, my name is Monica Perez, and I've been a counselor for 12 years.
Monica Perez, a counselor for a Christian university, says that quite a few students approach her with questions about the use of alcohol.
But there are a lot of students that engage in alcohol use, maybe not to an unhealthy degree, but then there are some people who would say any alcohol use is unhealthy. So I guess it depends on how you look at it.
So you're saying I shouldn't have had that bottle of wine before the newscast?
Was it at least for communion?
Sure.
Then I think it's okay. Let's get back to the story. Binge drinking applies to both males and females who drink 4 or more drinks within a 2-hour time period, raising their blood alcohol level to a 0.1. Binge drinking alone is responsible for more than half of the $155 billion alcohol industry.
Recent studies have shown that about 53% of adults in the U.S. have one or more close relatives with a drinking problem. People between the ages of 18 and 29 are the most susceptible to binge drinking because of the tremendous amount of peer pressure surrounding them. The reassurance that the consumption of too much alcohol is a good thing is something that's been going on for many years now. According to Monica,
I do think that we need to be more bold in our conversations. I think a lot of times we kind of take the bystander approach, like I witnessed this, but I'm not really doing anything about it. And I think if this is a friend that you care about and you see what's happening, then I think some candid conversation that's like, hey man, what are you doing?
But what kind of effect does alcohol really have on the body? Curtis Reese, manager of prevention services at the Phoenix Center in Greenville, South Carolina, sees the effects at a personal level.
Well, we address all types of substance abuse issues, from youth to adult issues, and our goal is to prevent, reduce, and delay substance use. But we've really focused on underage alcohol use for the last 10 years. I think there's a lot of people that underestimate the physical risks. You know, they know cirrhosis of the liver and things that can happen down the line. But anytime someone drinks to intoxication, they're affecting their brain cells. Alcohol really has an effect on the brain. We have a certain set number of brain cells. We don't regenerate those, you know. The bottom line is any alcohol comes with risks. There is no responsible drinking.
There are an estimated 500,000 cases of alcohol overdoses a year, a statistic being driven by college binge drinkers. An estimated 30.2 million people admitted to driving under the influence at least one time in 2009. Even children are beginning to be affected firsthand by the image that alcoholism portrays, an image that falsely advertises the good that binge drinking brings along.
And alcohol, underage drinking specifically, costs this state almost $1 billion each year.
Not all college students drink, and many don't even support drinking.
There are a lot of different reasons why people drink alcohol, and sometimes you can accomplish the same thing without having alcohol involved.
But to those that do drink, it isn't about morals, but the quick pleasure and gratification one gets by throwing back as many drinks as possible.
When we're in college or college age, we feel invincible. And so there is a mentality that says all those horrible stats about, you know, the risks of alcohol use, or like the things that could happen if I was intoxicated, like they would only happen to somebody else. It would never happen to me.
Let's check back in with mcSWU reporter Anthony Evett to see if he has the kinks worked out. Anthony, can you hear us?
Well, this is embarrassing. Folks, I'm sure we'll have this worked out for next time. But for now, I'm Cameron Tarrant.
And I'm Ryan Hendricks. And thank you for watching mcSWU News at 10. Good night.